Pumps and dumps in crypto, extreme volatility leading into the election. Will November 5th be pump worthy for XRP? We're going to talk XRP price action at the end, along with Charles from ADA.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
And that's what it's like racing at night with the headlamp working, and then when you take a fall and you got to run it in the dark on emergency power. But let's get into that hot crypto news. Whoa, no. Your comments come first. Yes, you the viewer. That's why I do this stuff. I can barely stand right now comfortably, but I'm doing these videos for you because I love you. Margaret Burnham says, y'all can pretty much bet that cheating is going to cause such a mess that it could be several months before we find out who gets the White House. Expect a lot of chaos in my honest opinion. Yeah, the polls are a mess, and honestly, it's going to take a while for someone to concede. It's not like Kamala or Trump are going to concede unless it's an absolute landslide, and there ain't no way it's going to be a landslide for either side, so this one could be dragged out. Will we see an XRP pump, a crypto pump in the news? We're also going to talk pumps and dumps. Ricky Boy says, bought 50,000, talking about XRP, selling it at 80 cents. If Trump wins, if Kamala wins, I'll dump it. Are you expecting crypto to pump if it goes the Republican way? A lot of odds I got to share with you in news, so let's get right into it. Bitcoin sitting at 67,600, while ETH is at 24.27, SOL at 159, and BNB at 551. Ton at 477, while XRP is in the green right now, last 24 hours barely, at 50.6 cents. Pump and dump. So what I want from you, let me know down below which crypto you followed here in the last year that has been a complete pump and dump. I'm going to share them with you. And remember, I bring you the news whether it's good or bad, happy or sad. What's hot, spicy, and relevant, besides your comments. What about Toncoin? Now, Toncoin started it off earlier this year at around the $2 range. Got pretty hot up to $8 and now is back to $4.76. Pump or dump? Let me know. Let me know what you think. What else we got? What about H-Bar? Oh, okay. A lot of H-Bar fans' house. H-Bar a year ago looking at 5.7 cents. Got over 15 cents for a smidgen of time. Now under 4. So for the year in the red when it comes to H-Bar. Pump and dump? Let me know. What about Filecoin? You guys remember that? That's right, Filecoin. Look at what that started the year as. Filecoin started the year at 424, now down to 331. So down almost 30% now for the year. Pumps and dumps across crypto. And I'm highlighting these because think about this. Ton was like the hottest thing in the summer, right? Pantera Capital was investing. There was a lot of juicy action. H-Bar had some big partnership and tokenization news through here, and it couldn't hold the price. Filecoin, same thing, had that March, February pump action with died in April. If it's not hot, if it's not relevant for a while, it dumps. It's just what you've seen with crypto. Bitcoin price volatility expected ahead of U.S. elections. Here are the price levels to watch. Yeah, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on here. Okay, now for those of you that do not live in the United States, and for those of you that do and kind of wonder how this works, the election will not be decided tomorrow, and I'm talking about the presidential election, okay? It's not going to be decided, honestly, until someone concedes. This is going to be dragged out for a while. Now, if all of a sudden the exit polls come in, okay, and the exit polls happen after, like the people vote. That's why it's called an exit poll, right? After you exit the polls, you're like, oh, who did you vote for? I voted for this person who sucks balls. Oh, I thought you for that person over there that sucks major ass. Well, yeah, I thought I was going to vote for the person that sucks ass, but then instead I decided for the person that sucks balls. That's kind of an exit poll, okay? So when these exit polls are over, you're going to start seeing a lot of data roll through the news. And I'm going to do my best to try to live stream this tomorrow because I'm not feeling good after the race, but I think I'm good enough to kind of whip together a live stream and get y'all some coverage. That's when I start expecting some volatility as we start getting some of these exit polls to come in, as we start seeing these first early elections get over with and which way the people are going. Because what's going to happen is you're going to spot some trends, right? People leaning this way, people leaning that way. What about a whole bunch of people that this is their first election? What are they voting? Are they voting Democratic or are they voting Republican? Now, this channel is a crypto channel, okay? There's a lot of reasons you should vote, okay? The only reason I highlight crypto is because this is a crypto channel. I understand that maybe economy is the biggest thing for you. Maybe bodily rights are the biggest thing for you. Maybe border security is the biggest thing for you. Maybe in immigration reform, all that kind of stuff, okay, is all important. But with this being a crypto channel, I'm trying to keep it focused on the crypto. In terms of volatility today, before election day, no, not so much. Honestly, late day election day, I could see more volatility happening then. We start getting some elections that start rolling through that have some very interesting results. You can see the markets definitely swift. And now the reason I think the markets are going to sway is because pro-crypto has been the Republican theme, right? And if the Republicans sweep it, right, they win the House, the Senate, and the presidency, that's going to be huge for pro-crypto regs. It's going to be huge with the SEC, and that'll have a big global effect. But there's polls all over, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. And then we're going to talk about a little bit of Charles, just throwing it out there. And then we're going to talk some XRP price. You want to hang out? Let's keep doing it. But for real, I'm not 100% yet from the race. Racing in the dark really fried me neurologically a little bit. So I just got to get back to my wits. I'm not my normal self yet. I'm my muted self. Trump and Harris tied at 49% in the final U.S. pre-election poll. This poll was done by the New York Post, and I'm just throwing it out there. If you are living in a mostly Democratic zone and you poll those people, what do you think those people are going to pick? Mostly Democratic voters. If you go to very rural parts of the country, which are mostly Republican, and you poll people there, what do you think your results are going to be? Republican. So you have to be very careful. When these polls come across, where are they polling the people from? How big is their data size? And is the polling host, right, the company, the publication is doing it, are they reliable? Because we've seen some of these have just been total BS. But I wanted to share this one with you, and then I'm going to share some even more. The latest poll conducted by the New York Post indicates an intense battle between Trump and Harris, with both candidates garnering equal support with 49% each. This result signifies a dramatic shift from early October when Trump led by 4 percentage points. Okay, I'm bringing that up because if you go then on Polymarket, you can see that this right here. Check it out. Trump still has a massive lead on Polymarket. Now, granted, Cam had a big lead right in that middle August part, and she was battling with Trump on Polymarket for a while. Then all of a sudden here, beginning part of October, it really heavily split, okay? What's interesting about this is you've seen these trends. You've seen these polls. Oh, this one has it tied. This one has it at Cam up by 5%. This one has it Trump up by a whole bunch. It's all over the board. Now, Polymarket, right, is very pro-crypto, obviously, because it's a crypto backbone, right? This is how it's built. So no wonder that you're going to have the majority of people supporting the Republican outcome here, because that would be good for crypto. Just like in this poll here from, yes, the New York Post, basically a huge Democratic haven out there, is going to lean mostly Democratic. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, in terms of the popular vote, you're going to hear this as well, okay? Popular vote is literally what it says. If you had a popularity contest, who would win the most votes from people, not from the Electoral College? And here you can see Cam has one hell of a lead. Essentially what this is telling you is that big cities are going to go Cam, rural areas are going to go to Trump. More people live by big urban areas than they do rurally, but can those rural states beat out the blue? That's essentially what you're seeing with these numbers here. So when it comes to crypto volatility, I'm not expecting much until we start seeing some exit polls and some early results. And I'm telling you, you're going to get results all the way from Tuesday to Thursday to Friday, all the way in through the weekend. Some of these elections could take up to a couple weeks to settle it. And some of them, because of their state rules, each state has their own rules on how they do votes and elections and stuff like that. Some of the states themselves need almost like a whole week to count the votes. So keep that in mind. Oh my gosh. Cardano community claps back at a critic who labeled Charles Hoskinson a cancer for ADA. The controversy began on Saturday while I was out running in the woods. I did a 100K distance, 3,000 meters of elevation, gain and descent in 15 hours. How did you spend your Saturday? The controversy began on Saturday when a user on X, operating under the pseudonym D. Clay, maybe Andrew Das Clay fan, said, "Is Charles really the cancer Cardano? Would this chain be a lot better without him being as active as he is? Is he just too emotional?" I bring this part up here because we've heard this same thing about David Schwartz, how David says some stupid stuff. One of the best I highlighted was someone asking David, hey, what could help out the price of XRP? And David goes, I know of nothing right now that could help out XRP. How about actually using it for shit? How about adding it to the liquidity hub? How about, actually doing more than just, putting it out there and garnering it for money and actually using it for things? So we kind of have this same personality here, all right, on the XRP side as Charles. Not as bad though. And I wanted to highlight this because remember, Charles called XRP fans conspiracy theorists, right, and degenerates and all sorts of negative shit. You don't want to attract negative attention to your crypto because think about what is crypto all about. And a lot of times it's about hot, popular, and relevant because that's what leads to price juiciness. And that's why you're here. That's why you're into crypto, because you want to make some money off of some juicy stuff. So if you're hot, spicy, and relevant, you're going to stay hot, spicy, and relevant. But then if you're the flavor of the month, you're just going to get chewed up, spit out, and used. Look at H-bar. H-bar was pumping big. There were some big time profits where people could have 2-3x their money on H-bar. Filecoin, big profits can be taken right there. And now Filecoin's down for the year. So yeah, it's about staying spicy and relevant. And Charles has picked on other crypto communities before. And that's not what you want, because if you want as much money flowing in as possible, right, to get these prices to be green, because the only red I like are red heads. I don't like red crypto prices. And the only green, no, I actually like lots of green things. Comment down below what green things you like. But aliens, just throwing it out there. What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't see what you wrote in the comments, but I'll check it after the video. But think about that. Charles is always sparking the fire, right? He's always keeping himself out there. But then when you look at ADA, it's at 32.7. It's a total piece of shit. So is Charles really helping? You can obviously say no, because you could say this. If Charles was helping, wouldn't the price be better than this paltry 32-cent piece of shit right here? Right, so you can obviously say, well, Charles obviously isn't helping because the price would be better. Zoom out to the 1 year and now it's acting stupid. Let's do this. Let's put ADA up on this chart real quick here instead. And let's see what ADA looks like for the 1 year. You ready to do it? Let's do it. Let's go ADA. And let's see, is Charles helping out ADA? We're going to move it to the 1 year, and I bet you I know what the answer is. The answer is fuck to the no. So is Charles the cancer of Cardano? Well, I'll answer the post by saying this. He sure as fuck ain't helping the price out of it, because if that's helping and you're going down, while we're seeing tons of players in the market go up over the last year, then obviously you're not helping. And if you're not helping, then get the fuck out the way. Plain and simple, right? I mean, think about that. You hire someone for a company, like a CEO, right? Say you hire a tutor for your kids. Let's take it down a level, right? A lot of us are parents. Maybe some of you all have really good pull-out games, so you're not parents. Good for you. Maybe you do butt stuff. I don't know. You just got to be careful. But let's say you got a kid, and you hire a tutor for the kid, and you're paying the tutor a lot of money, because let's be real here. Charles is making a lot of money. Danelle Dixon's making a lot of money. Brad's making the money. Dole Schwartz is making a lot of money. So you hire this tutor for your kid, and you're paying that tutor a lot of money, right? Kid comes back. First math test after the tutor. It's a math tutor, by the way, okay? First math test, your kid gets like a D. And you're like, fuck, well, we just got this tutor. Maybe it's just helping out. Maybe it takes some time. So a couple months later, another big test rolls in. Boom, what do you get? You get another D. You're like, God damn, what the fuck is wrong with this tutor? What the fuck's wrong with my kid? Maybe that's what the question is, right? Talk to the tutor, and you're like, tutor, I need to start seeing some results, just like you want to start seeing price action, right? Tutor's like, oh, this takes time. This takes time to develop these skills. Now you're 6 months in, your kid's failing math, and you're like, well, was the tutor worth it? No, because your kid was failing math. Failing math is shitty price action. And junk price action is what you're seeing with a lot of these pumps and dumps. And specifically, we're talking about ADA Cardano here. So in terms of, is Charles a cancer? Well, he's sure as fuck not a good tutor. And he sure as hell is not driving anything that leads to juicy price action. Now look, if you're all about dev news and you think that you could walk into the club saying, yo ladies, my chain's got the most active dev news, and you think them homegirls are going to get down, and they want to know if you got paper company. So Charles, you're a shitty tutor. Charles, you're a shitty head that's not helping ADA. Price sucks, and there you go, sucks balls. Now, XRP is a very interesting story, okay? Watch what happens when I zoom out with XRP for the 1 year. Ooh, big differences, right? Doesn't look good for the 1 year on XRP either, considering that a year ago we had a high of 66 cents, and we've had some lows here in the 40s. So you've had opportunities to play some pumps and dumps, not as big as HBAR, not as big as Filecoin, and certainly not as big as Toncoin. But you have had opportunities to play some moves with XRP. They've been smaller moves. But the XRP crew also knows we've been dealing with the SEC, and the SEC ties in heavily with what? The Democrats that have been protecting them. And I'm not saying it's bad against the Democrats. I'm not saying it's for the Democrats. I'm just telling you how this real world works. And that is, we take care of our friends. We take care of our family. And that's what you're seeing here. Friends and family is the SEC and Democrats and all the people in there that have been appointed by them. So XRP's story has to also do with the SEC's overhang story. And that SEC overhang story stems from what? A lack of clear-cut, updated regs because we don't have this side working together with this side. And we know what's going to happen with the election. If Trump wins, 50% of the people are going to be pissed. And if Cam wins, 50% of the people are going to be pissed. But you know what's going to happen? There's a 100% chance that the American public is going to be bent over, Rover, and there ain't no spitting on it first before you get it. So what do? We look for volatility, we look for pumps, we look for ways to make money. So being married to Filecoin has not made you anything this last year. Being married to HBAR sure as shit ain't making you anything. Being married to Ton, hey, it's cool, but you easily could have dumped Oled and made some more money. ADA, as I showed you, is just a piece of dead crap. So be careful out there and look for the opportunities. Look for the volatility. Look for the spicy and hotness. Because that's what rules in crypto. Think about it. HBAR was like the best thing since sliced bread a couple years ago, and now that thing is just, whoa, girlfriend, not looking good. Zoom out to the max and you're like, oh, shit, man. 40-cent HBAR seems like nowhere near an attainable thing right now. So you got to be careful. Because things in crypto, they don't stay hot, relevant, and spicy for too long. Unless they're used to hedge the government's stupidity like Bitcoin is. Because people play Bitcoin as a store of value. Hedge against fiat destruction. Why? Well, because half the country's going to be pissed if one person wins, and half the country's going to be pissed if the other person wins. Ooh. So let me ask you a question. How would you define success for a crypto CEO, CFO, big shot out there, CTO? I mean, if it's price, if it's adoption, how do you measure adoption? How do you measure the success of adoption? What does that then mean for retail? Retail doesn't care about adoption if adoption is up here, but price is way down here. It's like retail is like, yo, girlfriend, I don't care. So for us, the retail market, right? We look at success. We look at the Charles, the Danelles, the Brads, the Joels, the Buterins and all them out there, and we judge their success by the price of native token. And if the price of native token ain't juicy, well then no shit, we can't say that they're helping out, right? So to say that Charles is a cancer might be a stretch, but to say that Charles is helping ADA, I don't think so. Because if that's helping and it keeps driving the price down, 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 I would hate to see what hurting looks like. But it's all about how you define success. And I honestly think that probably 99.9% of you out there define success by what's the price. I mean, when you wake up in the morning, what do? I'll tell you what I do. The first thing I do, I look at the heat map and I look at my alerts. Did anything price-wise happen that sparks my attention to go, oh crap, what happened here? And then I do all my other stuff in the morning. But that's the first thing I do is I check the price. Same thing when I do XRP news, it's the first thing I do. I'm like, all right, cool. What's the price action for XRP? And I've told you the last several weeks, I said you're going to be in the mass zone, that you're not going to see much happen until the election starts rolling. And that's exactly what has happened. Because players went on both sides. They parked money on this side and they parked money on this side because they know neither side is going to be happy. And both sides are so different that they're like, yo, we don't know where to put our money because we don't know what side is going to win, so we don't know where to go. So now there have been other channels out there that have been telling you, oh, pumping and mooning bullshit like that. And I've been telling you straight as it is that you ain't going to see much shit until the election happens. How much shit we're going to see? Well, I mean, it depends on the results. If a bunch of pro-crypto people start getting in and we can start thinking about juicy regs in 2025, 2026, then cool. Awesome. You see a sweep where you can really start getting in dramatically different regs, because that's the only way that happens in the United States. The only way Obamacare was able to go through is because they had control of all three. And just throwing it out there, it's not like Obamacare made healthcare any cheaper. No, healthcare keeps going up and up and up and up. So reality is, you're not a winner if you're a Democrat. You're not a winner if you're a Republican. You're a winner if you got paper company in the world of crypto. And mostly in this world too. So when we judge these peoples, when we judge success, I get building. I get being creative. But why are you here? Are you here to read about 10,000 devs and projects and upstacks and GitHub commitments and fuck off? Juicy price action. Hot, spicy, relevant. Maybe I'll share it in the beginning of the next video. So comment down below what you think. I want to hear from you. What am I going to do? I'm going to ice my legs a little bit because they're a little painful standing on them. You know, I just did a 100K dance in the old mountains with a little bit of 3,000 meters of elevation gain and descent. 15 hours, by the way. Yeah, I thought this was going to take me like 20 hours. I did it in 15. Choo-choo, bitches.